let's explore wild wonders at the San Diego Zoo.
Let's go exploring! After that long trip across the Pacific Ocean, we're here on the beautiful big island of Hawaii. And today we're going to check out the tops of the mountains all the way down to the oceans and even find out why this sand is black. Let's go exploring!
The Hawaiian Islands as we know them today were built millions of years ago due to volcanic activity underneath the ocean. Areas called hot spots allowed lava to leak out and begin to build land. In fact, an active volcano is still building the Hawaiian Islands today.
All right, guys, we made it all the way up the mountain, and now we're standing on top of Kilauea Volcano, one of the most active volcanoes in the world. And behind me, you can see it's still emitting sulfur dioxide gas. While it may not look like a volcano right now, at night you can still see the glow of the lava.
Hundreds of years ago, Kilauea Volcano stood much higher. Over time, the open areas inside the volcano collapsed, forming a caldera, or crater, like it is today. This volcano is still very active and frequently will leak lava into the ocean. Once the lava hits the water, it turns into hard rock, and each new lava flow builds upon the last, eventually forming an island. Remember that black sand? When the waves crash against the hard lava rock, it gradually erodes or breaks down, forming tiny black grains of sand.
Ew, that stinks! Here at the edge of the caldera, these giant cracks in the ground are emitting sulfur gases, which smell like rotten eggs.
The gases leaking from holes in the earth are part of the chemical reaction that occurs when a volcano erupts. Most of these gases are actually invisible, but when mixed with water vapor, they become visible to our eyes and make this area look like it's smoking.
While we were out here exploring Volcanoes National Park, we actually came across a pair of nene, or the Hawaiian goose. Now these guys are actually very endangered, so it's really cool for us to see them here, and they're the state bird of Hawaii.
A small goose, the nene, is related to the Canada goose, whose ancestors most likely arrived 500,000 years ago, shortly after the island of Hawaii had formed. While this landscape seems lush now, it took thousands of years for the plants and animals to build their homes on the volcanic islands of Hawaii. Today, nene can be found on the islands of Hawaii, Maui, Molokai, and Kauai, living in varied habitats like the grasslands, lava plains, and coastal dunes. They're herbivores, which means they only eat plants, such as leaves, seeds, fruit, and flowers. Nene once ruled the Hawaiian Islands, with over 25,000 birds in the 1700s. However, due to new predators coming to Hawaii, nene populations declined dramatically to only 40 birds in the 1950s. The first conservation efforts for these important birds were led by the Wildfowl and Wetland Trust, based in the United Kingdom. They were the first to breed and release 126 nene in the 1960s. San Diego Zoo Global joined in breeding these birds at their Maui Bird Conservation Center, where they now have bred and released over 400 nene. And in June 2011, the last nene were released to the wild to complete the captive breeding program. Before we left the volcanoes of Hawaii, we had one last site to visit.
We're here at one of the most popular features of Volcanoes National Park, Thurston Lava Tube. Let's go check it out.
This dark tunnel may look like a cave now, but it once was an underground river of flowing lava. 500 years ago, during an eruption of Kilauea, the hot, molten lava flowed out of the volcano and downhill. Eventually, the top layer of lava cooled and hardened into rock, while the liquid lava below continued to flow. When Kilauea stopped erupting, the lava inside the tube emptied out, leaving a hollow cave behind.
So how long have you been here at Hogle Zoo?
I have been here at Hogle Zoo for about 8 years.
Wow, and how long have you been working with Ebony?
I've been working for Ebony nearly that entire time. I've been her primary keeper for about the last 5 years.
Excellent, well, let's go meet her.
Hello, Ebony. That is her greeting. She's just telling us hello, and she's gonna come down and say hi to us. Hi, pretty girl. What a good girl. So Ebony has been here at the zoo for about 35 years. And we aren't exactly sure how old she is because she came in already as an adult, but she is at least 35 years. And so she's gotten the routine of living here at the zoo down pretty well. She knows that the keepers are the ones with the treats.
Right.
And so as you can see, she's hoping for more treats. So Ebony, as you can see with her coat, she has some bare spots. The skin looks pretty dry in those areas. And just like you and I, especially here in Utah in a desert climate, we'll get dry skin. I know I have to put a whole lot more lotion on, especially in the winter. And the same thing with Ebony. She gets dry skin. She has seasonal allergies.
So what are we gonna do today with Ebony?
So today we're gonna give her one of her medicines that she's getting. So Ebony every day gets a fish oil capsule to help with her coat. Fish oil is a supplement that a lot of people will take for themselves,
It looks like something we get from the store,
exactly,
basically,
yeah.
right?
And she is a great medicine taker. So we're gonna see if she'll come down
let's
back
see
again. Good girl. So she's gonna chew her capsule.
Look at that. No big deal.
Yep. What a good girl. And then we do follow it up with a treat because everybody else that gets medicine gets a special treat for it. And then we're also gonna do some topical treatment with her today. And she'll just stick her arm out, arm or tail. Good girl. And then we can just rub it all over. Good job, Ebony.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't
Good
know.
job.
A lot of times when animals do have allergies, the treatment is very similar to what people get, right?
It is, especially with the primates. Their bodies are so similar to ours, and the way their bodies process medications is so similar that a lot of times we'll even use human medications in order to combat those allergies. Good girl.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsay, and Ebony too, for letting us learn a little bit about how you treat an animal with maybe some skin conditions and allergies, and learning more about Ebony.
Ebony saying goodbye.
They still can't maneuver quite everything in the exhibit. So quite often we will have to take them on exhibit and bring them off exhibit. They are becoming much more mobile. Every day I see them climbing the ropes, climbing the deadwood in the exhibit. So they are becoming more mobile. Well, the introduction process for these two young bonobos has progressed to the point we feel comfortable to move to the next step, which is allowing them to go on exhibit, not only go on exhibit, but go on exhibit with members of the group. These animals, members of the group, showed a lot of very positive relationships with the two youngsters. Makasi in particular, who went through the same process 4 years ago, has really shown more of a big brother type helping attitude towards both these youngsters. He carries them both at the same time quite often, one on the chest, one on the back, which is pretty amazing since he's not that much bigger than they are. Yeah, we're happy that they're doing very well with their own kind, and yeah, they're growing up.
Nene is a beautiful little female jaguar who came to us in late summer. One thing Nene does expect is a meatball hunt when she comes out on exhibit. And I will have placed meat in different locations. Sometimes it'll be small meatballs in numerous places. Sometimes it may be 1 or 2 larger portions, so she gets a jackpot. But she has to come out and she has to search for them and she has to find them. She loves to tear up a cardboard box. I don't know if it's something about the mouth feel of it, but she, as many of our carnivores do, will bite and shred and pull apart a cardboard box until it's just little pieces that we keepers are cleaning up the next day. Another favorite activity of Nene's is pulling our big, dense plastic bowl out of the pond on exhibit. It has handles around the edge for us, and she has learned that by grabbing those handles, it helps her to pull it out of the pond, and she'll pull it around the exhibit to various places. We don't know why she does this behavior. It's possible that this is part of the natural jaguar behavior of dragging a carcass to a distant location in order to cache it for later consumption. Nene weighs about 77 pounds, while our black jaguar Orson weighs about 160. And he is the most magnificent specimen you can ever expect to see. He has a fan club here. There are regulars that come and check on Orson and make sure that he is doing well. He has a gorgeous glossy black coat. He does have black spots, it's just his are against the black background. When he is out in bright sunlight, that's the best time to see those black spots. Orson is 16 years old. He's in excellent physical condition and we expect to have him with us for many more years.
We have 3 Okapi. We have Safirani is our oldest. She's about 18 years old, and she's the mother of our other 2. We have Sikaria Daka, who's about 2.5 years old. And then our newest is Sakili, and he's just turned 7 months old. All of them get along just fine with our other 2 animals in the exhibit, who are Luke and May, which are a pair of black dikers. We put out some browse for them. We hang it on these poles around the exhibit, and they're able to eat it the way they normally would in the wild, where they use their tongue to wrap up the leaves and then kind of bite down and tear them off. They don't have any top teeth, but they do have a hard palate on the top of their mouth. They can use their tongue to actually clean their ears and their eyes. It's about a 14-inch long tongue, so that does a good job. So this is Safirani. This is our mom, our oldest Okapi here. And she's definitely the calmest of the 3 that we have. She really enjoys getting her neck rubbed, and she also likes getting her ears cleaned. They tend to get a waxy buildup in there, so it's nice to be able to go in and kind of clean it out every once in a while, and she really enjoys it, so it's good enrichment for her. So you'll notice there's a bit of a residue on my fingers there from rubbing on the Okapi. And they have kind of a greasy coat to their fur, And the reason for that is because they are rainforest animals. They live in the Ituri Forest, which is an area in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is a country in Central Africa. And that's the one area they live in. And when it rains, this greasy coat helps to keep the water off, kind of like, you know, water off a duck's back. You can say the same thing about Okapi. Well, we have a pair of river hippos. Our female, Funani, is about 25 years old, and then our male, Otis, is about 35 years old. Otis came to us from the Los Angeles Zoo about a year ago. They didn't really get along at first. We did our initial intro around Valentine's Day of last year, and ironically, they fought instead of loved. We worked out their issues while they're separated for about 8 months, and then in October, just this past October, we put them together again, and the reintroduction went perfectly, and they've been inseparable ever since. And a lot of people don't know they can actually sleep underwater. They have a reflex action where they just kind of bob up, and their nose breaks the surface of the water, they take a breath, they bob back down, they're asleep the whole time. Their favorite treats, watermelon, honeydew, different types of fruit are generally their favorites, but also surprisingly, they really enjoy the alfalfa hay, which is something that they get every day. The hippos, you know, they always kind of make me laugh. You know, they you know, depending on what they're doing on different days or how they're acting, and you know, they always kind of keep me on my toes, and I like the challenge that they present.
We're at the Panda Conservation Center, and today we were examining Gao Gao for his 4-month recheck on his cardiac ultrasound. So Gao Gao is an older panda, and he does have a heart condition called pulmonic stenosis, where a part below one of his valves is narrowed. So we have him on medications, and this allows us to monitor our effective treatment, and it also monitors for progression so that we can keep him happy and healthy. Gao Gao's a character. He's really goofy, and so he's a lot of fun to work with. The keepers are able to do so much with him. It makes my job so much easier, where I don't have to anesthetize him. I can just ask them for, you know, I'd like Gao Gao to be able to do this, and within a couple weeks they're able to make him do it, you know, on his own volition perfectly. So he's a lot of fun. He's got a lot of character. He makes me laugh every time I work with him, so he's a good guy. Gao Gao's an older bear, and he's got a lot of issues, so his overall prognosis is guarded, but at the same time he's doing really well since diagnosis. So Gao Gao has a disease, unfortunately, that we can't cure, but we can definitely make his quality of life good. And so right now it looks like the treatment is effective, and that's why we'll monitor him and make sure we're doing the best for Gao Gao.
Welcome back to Wild Wonders at the San Diego Zoo.
We're here at the San Diego Zoo in front of the Red River Hog enclosure. We have 4 babies that were born April 27th of this year. And they are born to Tulia, the mother, and Legolas is the father. This is their second litter of 4. Last year they had 3 piglets, and they're all doing very well. They get their name from their coat, although they do live near the Red River region in Africa. The baby piglets are born, mostly if you look at them, they're pretty much bald with little tufts of hair that comes out. And that's really important for them when they're really small. If a predator comes along, then they can tuck themselves into the leaf litter, and then they won't be spotted. Once they're a little older, at like 4 to 6 months, they'll start to lose that. Their hair will grow out, they'll look like the adults, and at that point they can run away when a predator shows up. Pigs in the wild are generally nocturnal, but here at the zoo, since we provide most of their food and their toys and enrichment during the day, the best time to come is when the pigs first go on exhibit. We provide lots of toys hanging all over the exhibit and lots of enrichment scents. So if the public wants to come in, we try to do multiple feedings. I think you're going to find the pigs will be active at different stages throughout the day.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time on Wild Wonders at the San Diego Zoo.